All right, go.
And we are back, man. Another beautiful day at the Waterboyz Show. A lot of good energy going around, man. If you're out there in audio land, you out there on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, wherever you're watching, do us a favor right now. Go to the comments, leave us some comments, leave us some 5-star ratings. Show some love and support to the show. As my partner B-Rich calls it, we call that digital currency. It doesn't cost you much but your time and your support. But what that does is it helps the show get more visibility and helps more fans of the teams that we love and the culture that we love find our content, man. So we appreciate y'all. Leave those comments. We see them. We comment back. So just show us a little love. And then after you do that, go to 285clothing.com. Those are the numbers, 285clothing.com. And you can get you one of these blood pressure birds sweatshirts, man. You like that. I see. But we're not going to reveal who's in the building just yet, man. But you can go to 285clothing.com and get you one of these clean and fresh sweatshirts. Like, we always have to do a little house business, and we got to do just a little bit more before we get started. Give me the split screen, Aaron. Before we get started, man, I just want to take the time. Yesterday on our show, there was some choice words and some disrespect that was shown specifically by myself to my brother, and I want to apologize to our audience. I want to apologize to you. You know, I love you, bro. You my dog. We 23 years in our friendship. Sometimes the way we talk to each other is normal to us, but when you're on the show and you're in front of other people, it can get out of hand. And even though we friends and we say kind of hard stuff to each other, there's never a time for disrespect. So I apologize. I love you. You know, I love your family. Your daughter, that's like my niece. Yeah. So we good, bro.
Man, thank you, bro.
I apologize for that. Everybody out there
apologize
watching,
for cutting you off, man, and doing the shit I did.
Hey, man, you ain't got to say that, but I take that, man. And everybody out there watching, thank you for your love and your support. We appreciate it. Hey, in the words of Day, players fuck up too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm the player.
Okay. We'll let him be the player today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we try to bring joy to you guys. We try to give you guys good entertainment. I truly believe that that God gave us this idea and helped us form it into a product that people love, and it helps brighten their day. And I by no means want to disrespect my brother, disrespect the show, and first and foremost, disrespect God and what he's given us and what he's ordained for this show. So with that said, man, thank y'all for the comments, man, and thank y'all for your support. All right, now that's out the way, man. I had to do that, man. Right?
He don't apologize for nothing. That first
Whoa, so we about to get into it again.
I'm just saying. I'm proud of him, man.
we about to get into it all over again. You know what I'm saying?
I did apologize.
Bro, listen, Aaron wanted me to apologize, but I had nothing to do with the way he looks, ladies and gentlemen. That is not my fault. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, bro, like it was done in front of the public, and so the apology has to be just as loud and sincere in front of the public, man. So look, now that we got that out the way, and ain't nothing but good vibes and love all flowing through the room, man, we're gonna bring somebody to the mic and to the camera right there, man. I'm pretty sure, like, when he used to be out there on the field, he had a lot of swag, so he had it looking good on the field, so I'm sure when the camera catches him here, y'all gonna feel like he looking good and looking clean in here in person. The vibe is going good. We had to bring one of our fellow Falcons, man, that we love. I'm talking about number 12 giving DBs hell. Yeah, I said it, man. The guy who might catch a touchdown, he might throw a touchdown. He might stiff arm you and run it all the way in. You never know what may happen when he's on the field, so you never know what's going to happen when he's on the podcast. Y'all give it up for none other than Mohamed Sanu in the building.
Yeah.
Sanu, what's up, my guy?
What's up, my brother?
What's up, man?
Hey, I appreciate y'all having me on
Appreciate
the
you coming,
show.
man.
But first and foremost, I want to say that was love right there, what I just witnessed. Not many people have the grace and the graciousness to apologize in front of an audience to their brother. That's beautiful. So I'm glad you did that, and I'm glad I got to witness that.
I appreciate it, man. Did you ever have a moment where you got into it with a teammate?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Tell us a story, man, about being on the Falcons, getting into it with somebody.
There's plenty of stories.
We want to hear it. That's what we want to hear, man.
Hey, all right, I'll give you a good one. I think it was, it might have been 2018.
Dude, do me a favor.
Yeah.
You talking real low. So
Talk real low? Okay, I get a little closer. All right.
There we go.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, we back. We back.
Slim Sexy over here.
I'm not a loud talker unless I'm in the game and I'm on 10. So 9 times out of 10, I'm real chill, real mellow, real laid back. But it was we was playing the Panthers. I think it was like 2018.
Okay.
And it was a long game. Like I might have had like 1 target thus far. So I was like real hot.
Yeah, find me.
So I'm like, yo, like, Rob, what's good? Like my hands are cold. That's signal to let them know like I ain't touched the ball. Like, you know, like let them know I need it in my hands. And we call a play. I think it's F Tony. And I had outside leverage press man. So pre-snap, Matt saw that, and I guess immediately made it up like I wasn't going to get open. But, you know, my eyes, I'm always open. So, if I'm the first read, like,
give me the
ball. And at that time of the game, I was so mad. So I ran one of, my better routes because I was locked in, and I wanted to take it out on buddy that was guarding me. So at the line of scrimmage, I hit him with a sudden right, left, inside release. Outside release, even though my outside foot was up. And I made him spin like a top, and I was open about like 6 yards on a 5-yard route. But at that time, he already made up his mind that he was, going to go through the progression and go to the other side. So I look back, and I'm seeing the ball being thrown the other side. I'm looking back like, yo, hot. And I just, go to the sideline. And Bri was like, I know you was open. I was like, nah, that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's F Tony. Tell that man to throw me the ball. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, heat of the moment, being aggravated, being mad. And I think Matt said something, but I was just such in a dark place. I was just like, man, whatever. But afterwards, I wanted to apologize. Just like, when you're a competitor, you're in a heat of the moment, you want to contribute, you want to do your thing. And I think it was like 3rd down. And, we got off the field. And for me, third and Sanu was third and Sanu. Like, we couldn't move. Like, that's what we do. Yeah. So, but... we had our, our differences at times, but it was always for the good of the team. And it's always it's a competitive nature.
Yeah, I respect that. 3rd and Sanu.
Yeah, so I know we didn't get a chance, but what you got going on, man? You want to let everybody know what you got going on? I know you told us some story about some other stuff you got going on.
Doing a lot of different things currently. Right now, I'm helping with the youth. I have 5 training facilities called Legacy Sports Complex. Check it out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So we train kids from 2 years old all the way up to your grandma and grandpa's multi-sport facility. So any sport that you can think of, we can handle. And we have professionals that are well-rounded in that specific profession to have the ability to develop the kids. And that's what's most important to me because growing up, we didn't have a place like that unless it was a YMCA or – the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. But you don't have a facility where it's just ran by former professionals that know the expectation and the standard that you need in order to be successful at any facet. So we like to have that and have access to the community so whole families could, have the ability to go into the facility, have something specific for themselves so that way they can develop, whether it's fitness, mental health, or it's whatever the case may be, financial literacy. So still working on, developing the overall picture, but it's been growing. We got 5 in the last 3.5 years. So, starting at 1 and just continue to build and continue to grow.
Yeah. Has it always been something that you wanted to do, like not just giving back, but also like helping children, helping young people, like the next generation, like paying it forward?
Most definitely. It's always been something that I, held near and dear to my heart because there's always somebody that helped me, get closer to my goal. So I feel like if you're blessed with a gift, what's the point in having a gift if you don't share that gift? So for me, you know, I have a gift in connecting with people, helping people see their greatness within themselves and helping them get closer to that. And, you know, having a platform to do that and creating a platform for other kids to be able to mingle and be like, hey, you're similar like me, or, oh, I'm here, I need to achieve this to be able to get there. That's fulfilling in itself. But I've always wanted to, you know, be in this space, and that's why I made the connections that I was able to throughout my career and investing in the things that I did. So it was an easy, seamless transition once I walked away from football.
So I was talking to our brother John Abraham yesterday, and I told him we was having you on, and later on that night he texted me, man, something about you, and I was like, wow. So can you tell us about the play that you had before you even caught a official reception in NFL? You threw a 73-yard touchdown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you threw a touchdown before you even touched the ball, bro. Before you even caught the ball. Tell us about that play, man.
And it's funny when you find that out and you don't really conceptualize it. You don't really think about it until somebody points it out to you. It was actually Jay Gruden that week. We were playing the Redskins, and every other week at that time I was a rookie. The first game, Marvin Jones and I, we both were active. And then from then on, every other week, we were going back and forth, who's active, who's not. So I didn't play the second week. The third week I played, and I was active. And he was like, hey, Sanu, you ready to throw the ball? I'm just like, yeah. Like, he's like, Mo, you seriously, I'm going to call this the first play. I'm like, call it then. It's going to be a touchdown. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't know if he was going to call it or not. So the funny thing was my shoulder was rocking all week. Like I don't know what I did, but I was blocking, you know, throughout the week. Yeah. And, you know, I block hard. So for some reason, like, we ran it in practice, and I didn't throw it that great. I mean, I completed it, but I didn't throw it that great. So I was, like, a little bit like, dang, like, hopefully shoulder ready, ready Sunday. Sunday comes around, and I'm over there like, hey, call it, because I'm ready to go. And I told my family, but they didn't have any idea the concept. Like, hey, Mo's going to be under center first play. He's going to throw the ball. So we practiced, we repped it, and Jay Gruden was letting me know. He's like, hey, when London Fletcher does their wildcat check, cover 0, the safety's going to come down. So if you watch it, I'm standing there just literally just watching at London. Like, I ain't looking at nobody else, just waiting for him to do what he was supposed to do. Yeah. And once he did it, that's when I lifted my leg up. I grabbed the ball. I just watched AJ just flying right by the DB, and I just let it rip because he was running. Yeah. Like running, so I just let it rip. He ran right under it. He told me on the sideline, he's like, oh, one of the best balls I've ever seen. I'm like, bro, I just let it rip. You was flying. He's like, nah, dog, I just had to put my hands up. I'm like, well, you make it easy when you're running like that. Yeah. So it was it's funny that how that was like one of the first actual plays in my NFL career.
Throwing a touchdown. Right off the reel.
Right off the
73 yards,
man. Hey, listen, man. Some people don't ever get to throw a 73-yard touchdown in their life, period. Nah. I mean, I've done it on Madden, but that's it.
The crazy thing is that people don't even realize is, like, since I started the game at quarterback, it counted as a start.
Oh, so, you got to start.
Yeah, so, and we won the game.
Yeah.
So
you got to win. You got to do it.
1-0 as a starter.
1-0, all right.
So look, the Falcons need a quarterback this year, man. Yeah. You know, until Pennis get back. Come on.
I'm going to tell them to holler at me. They know where I'm at. They know where I'm at. Tell them to pick up the phone, man.
Man, so look, 2000, your draft year was 2012, correct? You and Marvin Jones, y'all come in together?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you come in to the Bengals at that time, man. Y'all had, like, that wide receiver room was, like, one of the better wide receiver rooms, you know, like, so, man, how was it being a part of that room? You got AJ, you got yourself, you got Marvin Jones. I mean, how was that?
Man, it was incredible. We had so many different athletes with so many different talents and so many different skill sets. Yeah, myself, AJ, Andrew Hawkins, Marvin Jones, and they all did something different. Yeah. And they all were exciting in their own right. So I was blessed and fortunate enough to pick up things and take from each and one of their their games. I took from Marvin's game and how aggressive and he attacked the football and down the field, and I took, how Hawk would always attack leverage and knew how to set your DB up when he's running his routes. And then AJ, his ball skills were tremendous, but his poise is what really you can really take from, because he never said anything. He was just always locked in and went out there and played the game like the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, man. So here in Atlanta, I don't know if you know. So with AJ playing for Georgia, and then Julio being in Alabama, and Alabama was always in the way of Georgia and every team in the SEC. I think at that time Florida was the only real team that they were kind of going back and forth with. When that draft came up, we were like, as fans, we were back and forth. Who's better, AJ, Julio? Who you want, AJ, Julio? Man, tell us, like what's special about both of those guys, man, and like what makes each one of them so special to not only play with, but to just watch as an NFL fan as well.
Well, I'll start with AJ. AJ has the best ball skills I've ever seen at a receiver. His tracking ability, the way he's able to make contested catches, the way he's able to use his body, the way he's able to maneuver in traffic. People, they didn't get to witness it every day like I did and others did. And, Cincinnati market isn't the best market, so we didn't have that many televised games. But when I tell you that man, he just knew how to get the job done. He wasn't the fastest, but he would run faster than your DB. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't the strongest, but he knew how to move the DB strong enough, and he just understood his skill set and knew how to apply it to the game.
Yeah,
and made it fit what he can do. He wasn't trying to do anything outside himself, and it was always funny to me because I'm like, "Yo, AJ, how you do that?" He's like, "I don't know, I just did it." I'm like, "Bro, you can't just say that." Like,
yeah.
Like, how'd you do that? He's like, "Bro, I just saw I needed this and I just did it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." To whereas you go to Julio, he's mastermind as far as like, I'm using my body to do this, and I'm gonna just take him in this way, and I'm gonna. So they're two opposite athletes, but the results are always the same.
Yeah,
in a sense. So it's just like, it's cool to witness like both sides of the spectrum. Seeing like a cool, calm, chill guy, and somebody else that will walk you through it, talk you through it, and it was just, I was grateful to be able to learn from the both of them and be able to teach them things that they were able to, take within their games too.
Man, that's dope. That's dope.
All right, we're going to get into more of your playing time, but I do want to ask you this. You played with Matt Ryan. He is now the president of football for the Falcons. How do you feel about the coaching changes and what Matt Ryan's bringing to the team and where the Falcons are going to go in the future?
I think, the coaching changes are, it is what it is when it comes to the business side of things. They're going to shake things up when they don't feel like it's going in the direction that they want to. And I feel like Matt, I hope that Matt can come in and do what he needs to do as far as, having a say-so and having, his word be stamped in what it is, because you don't know what goes on upstairs or what goes on in the organization aspect of things, because you've always been on one side. So I'm interested to see how him being a player and then going to the other side and being within the organization, how he's able to, use the knowledge that he gained as a player and be able to shake things up and, help the coaches from a different perspective. Because, it's different when you've studied the map for 20 years, but it's different when you lived in the territory for 20 years. So it's two totally different perspectives. So.
Yeah, well, I'm there, like you saying, help the coaches. Like, that's interesting to see how he's going to be able to help them, like, identify certain things with players and even bridging some of those gaps if there's a gap missing between, a coach and a player.
Correct.
So, and him being a former Falcon, just like you being a former Falcon and other teams you played for, he played for the team. So he know what it's like.
He know the culture.
You know what I mean?
He know the expectations of the city. He know what... the fans are looking for, but also he knows what the organization's in need of. He was on the teams that were successful in the past. He led us to the Super Bowl. Like, he knows winning formula. So it's interesting to see how he applies what he's experienced into what's going on in there right now.
Man, like, you got me excited. You got me excited to see. You know what I'm saying? Because I was admittingly so, like, look, I love Matt Ryan. But I'm also of the mindset of we have to see what he's going to be as an executive. Because I loved him as a player and he did good as a player. I don't know what he's going to be as an executive. You know what I mean? Because the greatest to ever do it in basketball, my personal opinion, he wasn't a good executive in the NBA. So I have to wait to see, how it's going to turn out. But when I'm hearing people such as yourself who have like not only firsthand knowledge of the NFL itself, the game, but you have firsthand knowledge of Matt Ryan. And so like you get me excited. You give me a perspective that I'm not able to see it from because my lens is looking from the outside.
No, that's the thing. I always tell people it's all about perspective. It's like your side, his side, and what's actually happening.
Yeah.
So it's like until we're able to actually see it all, then you don't truly know what's going on. You're only going to see what you see and not what everybody else is seeing.
All right, then, boy, Sanu in here dropping knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Feel like I went to see the sensei. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all, listen, man. We here with the great Mohamed Sanu, man. Y'all do me a favor, man. Y'all hit the reach out there and hit the like button, the comment button, the share button, and share the show, man. Let everybody know that we got Sanu. We're going to get into the Super Bowl. We're going to get into it when he was with the Patriots. All that good stuff, man. So, Trey, you got any more questions you want to ask before I go into what I want to ask?
Man, I know the question he want to ask. He want to go straight to the.
No, I'm trying to wait.
Go ahead, man. Go
okay,
ahead.
I want to ask.
I got
man.
plenty more. We gonna come back
ask
to
you this,
stuff.
man. So
Go ahead.
I feel like this would have changed the outcome of the Super Bowl by far. It was a play where left tackle Matthews was he either jumped offside or got called for holding. I can't remember what it was.
He got called for holding.
For holding. On that same exact play, they pulled your face mask clear as day, and they didn't call it.
No.
I felt like if they would have called it, it would have been offsetting penalties and would have had a chance to reset and win the Super Bowl. How do you feel about that?
A lot of people don't ever discuss that or talk about that. And, I mean, I never really did either. But I agree. It was a penalty. Like, it was a flag. And not to say, like...
they were paid.
Cheated.
The refs was paid, man.
Hey, not to say that...
All right,
you heard it from B, right? You heard it from B. Hey, you heard it from B.
How in the heck? Never mind.
But, I mean, it's clear as day. And the funny thing was, that's my college roommate, Logan Ryan.
Oh, so the
for
dude
real?
that pulled your face, man.
Yeah.
So he knew what he was doing. What he said? He admit, right? I got you, but they should have got me.
Dude, like,
I don't know if he admitted or not, but I know me and him were jawing back and forth the whole game like we always do. We always competed against each other in college. He was the only one that I would go against because he was that good. And, I wanted to work. So it was actually fun playing against him in the Super Bowl. I didn't like the outcome, but sometimes it's going to be a winner and a loser. And you got to come to grips with that and understand that, and it's fully perspective. But he did have my face mask. I did have my hand in his face mask, but I don't know if that...
It could have been
offset either way.
Yeah.
So... it was interesting that they did call the holding on Jake because we did run choice that play call. That was the second catch that I had. The other catch was on a swirl route, but I was confused in the fact that why it wasn't called. But I never said anything because, you jawing at the referee, you're liable to get another penalty.
Yeah.
So you just gotta, lick your wounds and.
Yeah.
Not everything is going to be called or not everything is expected to be called. You just got to play the game and hope for the best sometimes.
So, look, I want to ask you this. All right, 28-3, halftime. Lady Gaga's performing. I'm there. What are your thoughts? What is the team thought in the locker room? I'm thinking this. Lady Gaga, get the F off the stage so I can get ready for this parade in Atlanta.
I mean...
So what were y'all feeling?
I mean, we was waiting.
Was it long?
Man, it felt like an eternity. I ain't gonna lie to you.
See the reason.
We're just sitting there waiting, and I'm just like, man, when are we gonna go out there? I thought we were supposed to be 30 minutes. Like,
she was out there for about an hour.
I don't know how long she was out there. It felt like 40, 45 minutes for real. Before we even got up to leave out the locker room, I felt like. But at the end of the day, it's not an excuse. You still have to get yourself up and ready to go play. You know what I'm saying? You still got a whole nother half of football.
So were y'all
I
out
just
there?
wish we prepared a little bit better for
Were
it.
y'all in there? We got this. Or like, how
Well,
was
we were
it?
just in there trying to just, keep your body loose and active because, you got a long time. So a lot of people took off their pads. A lot of people had their legs elevated. A lot of people were just, rehydrating, replenishing their body. But you still have to, after sitting there for 45 minutes, you got to go out there and wake it up again. And I felt like we didn't get to that point as a collective. So not to say like, oh, halftime show, nobody care about that. Football is still football. You got to go out there. You got to execute. You got to make the plays. You got to make the tackles. You got to make the catch. You got to make the throws. You got to run the ball. Got to block. Like, it takes 11 on 11. And that second half, Patriots did that. Tom, whatever they told them in the locker room, they came ready to go. And we, not as much. So, I mean, I tip my hats off to them. But, it's stung. I ain't going to lie. But just that mental approach to it, it changed a lot of people's demeanor after that halftime. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and I'm glad that B brought up the halftime, because I wanted to ask you about that. You pretty much answered one question, because I was gonna ask you, do you think it affected the way you guys came out in the second half? You pretty much answered it was very long, but was there not any preparation for the lengthier halftime than normal? Well, because Dan Quinn he had been in 2 Super Bowls.
We didn't necessarily have that implemented in practice like we should have. And that's just my opinion. I feel like we could have had that in practice, to where we practice for 45 minutes, have a 45-minute break, and then practice again, or a 30-minute, whatever the case may be. Just so you can know how to, like, all right, ramp it up intense. Okay, ramp it down, get off your feet, and dial it in again and meet that same intensity or exceed that same intensity.
Yeah, like like I said, with Dan, with Coach Quinn, I be trying not to call coaches by their first name. I try to give them that respect, because being a coach is something special. It's something that players call them that for the rest of their lives, right? So Coach Quinn, he was in 2 Super Bowls, and I know I've heard of Bill Belichick preparing his teams over multiple Super Bowls. Each time you hear the way they practice, he has them sit down, do certain things, through the length of time that it's going to take, and then they get back to the practice. I just wonder why that didn't happen. Maybe it was his first time as a head coach, and sometimes we can kind of get tunnel vision and caught in the weeds, or what other things that's going on.
And that's the thing. Like, there's just so many things that go along with going to the Super Bowl, the travel, and this for that, and your family this, and being a head coach. It's more and more on top of that. It's not like a coordinator. You just got to focus on the game plan. Nah, you got to focus on 60-something different personalities on top of your staff, on top of the family that's coming, on top of the, organization, people that are upstairs. There's a lot that goes on. So, there's no blame to him or anybody. It's nobody's fault. It's just how it all unraveled.
Let me ask you this, then I'm going to pass it back to B. As fans, we have our pain that we get locked on, right? We wanted the team to win. We get locked on what we went through. We've discussed time and time again what we went through as fans, but we've never sat down with anyone from that team or who was a part of a Super Bowl loss that I can remember. I don't think we've sat down with anybody who was a part of a Super Bowl loss. So, just share that with us, because a lot of fans don't know and don't hear it from a player what you guys are going through. You guys are the ones that put the blood, sweat, and the tears. They went through the offseason. They went through all the training. They went through the injuries. They went through the different pains and the different ailments that was going on with your body. How was that, right after that loss, with the team and in the locker room, if that's something you want to share? Because I'm sure it's not the main thing you like to talk about every day.
No, but at the same time, it's something that you got to live with. It's something that you experienced, you were a part of. So I always tell people there's always 2 sides of history. There's the side that was victorious and the side that wasn't. People are always going to ask what was and what wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So, it comes with the territory. And I felt like, after that Super Bowl loss, it just gave you more perspective. Like, I felt like even though you want the outcome to be different, it taught you how to really assert yourself in life in general. Like, knowing, nothing is complete until the job is actually done. So, that job not done that Kobe was talking about, it resonates. Because no matter how much you think that the job is completed or you're done, it's never done until you actually finish what you set out to do. So it always pushes you to do the extra thing, do the extra mile, take that extra step, just so you always complete your task. So for me, I'm not gonna say I'm glad, but it just taught me a life lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good perspective on it.
You always gotta have perspective.
Yeah. So that year, man, you played with one of the offensive geniuses, Kyle Shanahan, one of the best coaches is in the league today. Yeah, it seemed like he can't pull it off to get that Super Bowl win, but playing with him, can I ask you a question? If you had to do it all over again, Coolio catches that ball right around the 20-yard line. Got a couple minutes left, and he comes out and calls a pass play. Would you jump off sides if you had a chance to do it again? On purpose, just to make him rethink.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a good one. I ain't gonna lie. I might have.
What was going through your mind
Well,
when he called a pass play?
We were a bit confused. We were a bit confused in the huddle. But, I mean, like in all reality, it kind of just made me think in the sense of, well, if we give the ball to Free and he runs it out or ends up scoring, he has to win Super Bowl MVP. That was the only thing that made sense to me.
Do you think that's what he was thinking?
I don't know. I'm just telling you my perspective and what logically made sense, and why would you call a pass in that perspective?
Did he ever? Has that ever been addressed? Did Kyle say, "I'm sorry"? Did it God?
It is what it is. Like
That's still. I promise you, man. I still bother me. I still can't get over. How in the hell? Like, dude, why you didn't jump off sides, Sanu?
Cause I'm doing my job.
look, he had a loss for words.
Why Matt Ryan didn't say, "Man, F you, Kyle, we finna run the ball, man"?
That's.
I'm sorry,
That's
man.
a question
I know you hurt more than us. Like as a player, it got like I feel like we was there. Like when I woke up that morning, man, I felt like a family member died. That's how I know people like you tripping, but I did.
Everybody felt that.
Yeah,
I knew it from when we took the bus around the city to go off. I saw the excitement. I was like, man, this would be such a great thing just for the city of Atlanta and the state of Georgia.
Man.
But I still have confidence that it's gonna happen like sooner than later.
Yeah.
It's just it's not in the timing that we necessarily wanted. It's not it's always in God's timing. We wanted it to happen in the 2016, 2017 season, but we can't control that. It just gave us shedded a little bit more light on how to actually get it done properly.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I know when they get close next time, Arthur Blank.
He gonna
call down like, hey,
hey man,
finish the job. You heard when Sanu was on with the Waterboyz. Finish the job.
Job's not done.
Hey, look, I want to come back to this one, but I do want to ask you this, and this is I've never had a chance to ask a player this because a lot of players haven't had this opportunity. When you played for the Patriots, what year was that?
2019.
So you got a chance to play with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, two of the GOATs. Tell us about Belichick, man, and why he is a GOAT, and then playing with Tom Brady. Tell us about now that he's retired, he's gone. I got appreciation for him
so much.
Let us know about that.
Well,
Belichick and all that.
It literally being on the Patriots gave me the perspective that it made sense why they were able to come back the way they were. Because how they prepare, how they train, how they practice. They practice balls to the wall. If you're a starter, you're taking every single rep, which is usually unheard of in a league. But it builds you to be able to withstand playing in the game.
Yeah.
It tears your body down a bit, but at the same time, it makes you prepare yourself for that.
Yeah.
And you can see why, they didn't fizzle out in the third and fourth quarter, that they just continue to progress and progress
going.
because of the way they train, the way they prepared, how they lift. It's
a difference.
It's different. And it made sense. And now that's why I was like, hats off to you guys, because you guys prepared not just mentally, physically, but also emotionally. And, he's a tremendous coach. He knows how to get the best out of all his guys, but at the same time, he's going to hold you to a standard. He isn't going to let anybody slack. Like if you ain't doing your job, whether you're Tom Brady or you're the water boy, he's gonna let you know, like,
hear about
you're not doing your job.
Did he ever cuss you out? You didn't.
Of course.
Really?
He cussed everybody out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like we don't hear this type of stuff.
Yeah, because he keeps you to that standard. Like,
Tell us a story about him getting in your ass.
I think it was like in practice. I had and this is when I just first got there, and I'm getting the ball like every play, like, and I think I had a drop or something. You just like catch the fucking ball, like simple as that, and you're just like, all right, like, like what am I like?
Yeah, what you gonna say?
No, like you're right, like catch the ball, or like I'm hearing a story him telling Tom like throw it to our color jersey, don't throw it to the other color jersey, which makes sense, right? Like, but it's the standard that he has, and he gives it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then Tom, the way he prepares is amazing. Like, he comes in early, very early. He goes in, he watches the film, he gets his body ready. And he talks through it with, McDaniels, and then we'll go in, we'll go over the plays as a unit, and we'll run it in practice. But after practice, even especially on Thursdays, he'll have a meeting with just the skill players. Yeah. To where he's running the meeting by himself. And he's talking and communicating with the guys to find out, how would they run this route? What were they thinking here? He's just like, hey, if you feel like you're open here at 10 yards, you don't got to go to 12. Just break here, I'll hit you. And it's that level of communication to make it to where everybody's on the same page. Like, that makes a huge difference. Like,
man. So look, I was watching, I just saw a clip. I don't remember the name of the podcast. I think it was All the Smoke, and LaShawn McCoy was on there. He was talking about, when he played with Brady, and he talked about how the coaches would break down, okay, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're looking for. But he said Tom Brady would have his separate meetings with all the players himself. And he said, and then later on that night, he would text them like what this player does. This linebacker, he likes to do this. This cornerback likes to do this. The safety likes to do it. So he gave him a breakdown of everybody on the defense on what to be looking out for, how they should attack them on his own, separate from what the coaches did. And he said when they got in the game, everything that Tom Brady said was going to happen is what happened, not what the coaches said.
Yeah, because it's like that perspective. Like,
that's crazy. That preparation.
That perspective that I told you earlier. Like, it's different when you study the map, and it's different when you walk through the terrain for many, many years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He lived it and walked through that terrain for 20-plus years. So
you already
he
know
knows the tendencies of this guy, this guy, this guy. He knows how this guy operates and what he's about to do. And he's easily able to tell, a young athlete that doesn't know how to attack a DB or know how to attack a linebacker or know how to step to make a block. Like, that gives you the confidence, but also lets him know that you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're on the same page as him.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was upset that I got traded, but I was more so upset at when I got traded, because you don't get to build that callus from the offseason
from the beginning.
To get any type of chemistry and how we're on the same page, and that takes time. Like, even with Matt and I, it took almost to like week 7 of our first year together for us to really, really sync. And once we did that, we went from, I forgot the target to catch ratio, to like my last 43 targets, I only had one that was not on target.
Wow.
So it was like, or if I didn't, I don't remember the exacts, but it was like, I think it was like I was like 36 for 36. When Matt threw me the ball. Yeah.
Y'all were hitting.
Right, because we understood each other.
Yeah.
And he understood where I was going to be, and I understood where he needed me to be.
Look, I'm glad you brought that up, just y'all connection, because I wanted to ask you, what was the moment that you realized that 2016 team could be special, especially the offense? I'm going to tell you mine, and I hope it's not the same exact moment so you don't have to tell the same story, but if it is, you can tell it from your perspective.
Right.
Green Bay takes the lead. We got to score a touchdown to win the game. We drive down. I can't remember the yard line, but we drive down for the game-winning drive. Matt hits you near the back of the end zone for a touchdown. I think you were lined up on the left, and you came in, caught the touchdown near the middle of the end zone toward the back. And that's the moment that I personally, as a fan, I felt like, oh, hold on now, we might be on to something. Because if you knew like the history of the Falcons, like years before that, we had game-winning drives, but it was always when we needed a field goal. We came up short a lot of drives when we needed a touchdown. And when we got that touchdown, I said, oh, this different.
Yeah.
This different than the years before, man.
Funny you said that. Yeah, that was probably when I realized it too, when we were playing the Packers.
That's dope.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, break that down for us if you can.
Well, that last drive, like you said, they were doubling Julio the entire game, which left me one-on-one, and I could work in the slot. So on that last drive, I was able to get with like 5 or 6 catches, and the game winner was F. Joe, and Julio ran a swirl to take two guys, and it was just me and a linebacker. Matt threw a great ball. I was able to go up and adjust, make a catch, and that's when I was like, okay, we have a team where coach has confidence, QB has confidence, the line has confidence, and also Julio has confidence in the fact that he don't got to do it by himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they have another guy that can step in and do just as good, or help pick up the slack. And
that can make plays.
That can make plays, and that's what you want to feel confidence as a team and as an organization. So for me, I just always showed up and did my job.
That's dope. That's dope.
Hey, out there in YouTube land, if you guys want to ask Sanu a question, we're only accepting super chats right now for him. If you do a super chat, we will ask him a question and see what he has to say. Hey, man, back to the Super Bowl, man. How was it like just preparing for that week for it, and y'all knowing y'all had the best offense? And I mean, when y'all came out there prepared, what were you thinking? And before the game, did y'all feel confident that y'all could beat them? Because to us, we was like the Patriots. Oh, we scared. La 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 la. Like, how did y'all feel as players?
I mean, you always got to feel confident that you could beat anybody. There's no point of going to compete in something if you don't feel the confident that you're gonna win. So for me, I felt confident that we was gonna win. And people are like, "Oh, why you always talking shit?" I'm not. I'm speaking stuff into existence. Like, to you, maybe talking shit or whatever the case may be. But my perspective, if I talk it, I gotta deliver. So if I don't speak on it the way I want to, I'm not gonna press myself to make it happen. So it was just more so like we had the confidence from the weeks of preparation and how we played week to week and how we continued to grow throughout the playoffs. And we knew it was gonna be tough, but we didn't know we were gonna jump out the gate like that. So, I mean, the game plan was to try to utilize everybody around us because we knew that Julio and I would get doubled. You take away your studs, then you let everybody else beat you.
That's how Austin Hooper got that touchdown, huh? Yeah.
That's why Hooper.
So we got a super chat, man. Let's go ahead and click it up. Jay Black.
Well, Jay Black says, Sanu on the Waterboyz, rise up.
There it is.
Yep.
Shouts out to Jay Black, man. First super chat. If anybody else want to ask Sanu a question, he didn't ask Sanu a question. He just said, "You're here, rise up." If anybody want to ask him a question, man,
shout out my G.
Shout out to Jay Black, always supporting.
Man, we got a lot of Falcon fans on, man, who showing you a lot of love, man. So look, man, I don't think it gets talked about enough. Like, we had 2 very special running backs, man. Man, how was it, man? Freeman, Coleman. How was it watching those boys run the ball? Like, man, they were a terror to have to be dealt with, man. How was it seeing those boys play the way they played?
Oh, it was amazing. It made it fun to want to block for them when you have running backs that can home run hitters like that, make anything happen. You just knew you had to block longer than you anticipated because even if you was on the backside, Free may cut it back or T. Cole may slice back. So you just got to
make it happen.
Make it happen. Take the extra step, take the extra inch. Like keep fighting.
Yeah, the old boys, man, they were something else. Kyle, he talked about Kyle. Like, Kyle is probably the most hated individual in the city of Atlanta. Now, a lot of Falcon fans gonna tell me I'm crazy. I actually said I was hoping the 49ers would let Kyle go and let him end up back here for the Falcons to atone his sins. The prodigal son has come back home. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't happen. I don't have that necessarily hate that a lot of other people have for Kyle Shanahan, but just tell us, like give us a little insight into what made him a really good play caller. What made him, like, from your perspective? I know you were only with him 1 year, but what, like, from your perspective, made him the play caller that he was, and getting that offense going, like, with his schemes and the way he would game plan?
Kyle just knew how to find out the strengths of his players and knew what they did well and maximize that. He always put people in a position to be successful and never put them in a position not to be. That's what, makes him unique, and he's a genius in the fact of putting his players, whether it's in a mismatch situation or put them in a place where they can go and let their skill set flourish. It's cool to really, really, witness that, because, in the first couple weeks, I was still learning on how he did things, and certain things didn't make sense to me. But until, we got on the same page and I got to understanding on how he liked to do things and he understood how I like to do things, we were able to, like I said, build a connection to where he was like, okay, I know when to get Mo the ball. I know where to get Mo the ball. I know how to get Mo the ball.
Yeah.
And that helped the team be successful in its own right, because I was able to take a role, find ownership in it, and be the best that I could at it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So like I say, man, a lot of people can't stand Kyle in this city, but he is an excellent play caller. Do you still have any relationship with the coaches? Like, do you still have a relationship with Dan Quinn? I know we talked to who was that we spoke to, say he still have a real good relationship with Dan Quinn. That was actually Willie Moore, who was here before you got here in 15, but he said he still has a relationship with Dan Quinn. He was only with him 1 year, but I hear a lot of players talk real highly of Dan Quinn.
No, Coach Quinn is a great coach, great human being. I always stay connected with the coaches. Give them a text, shoot them, say what's up. Sometimes give them a call. They may give me a call. And like you said, it's a brotherhood. Like, there's just so many NFL players, so many NFL coaches. So there's just so many people that have walked the life that you walked that you can, quote unquote, relate to. But at the same time, you got to stay connected because we've been on a specific journey together. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's ever going to be able to take that away from you.
Yeah.
You just got to know where you guys intertwine, how your relationship stays, and you just keep it going.
Let's do it. Hey, we got another super chat, man. Go ahead and click it.
Trey Black.
He want to ask you a question. Go ahead, Trey. Oh, I can do it. He says, ask Sanu if Roddy White and Kyle Shanahan ever boxed since there was no love between those two.
I ain't never get to witness it because I was there after.
After he left, that's right. Yeah, you replaced Roddy.
He brought me in to replace Roddy.
To play the Roddy role.
Yeah, but I wish I got to play with Roddy. I loved his game too.
So was Kyle? Was he an asshole, man? Was like, did he rub y'all the wrong way? Because with Roddy and him, they had it out.
I mean, he's an asshole to, he's an asshole to who he wanted to certain people. With you. I mean, I was an asshole right back, so it just had to.
So hand in hand.
Yeah, it just depends on what it is. Yeah, you just got to be able to dish out what you give or receive.
Oh, what you say about Turbo Trey?
Yeah.
Oh,
TG?
yeah.
My boy TG?
Yeah, man, about TG, Taylor Gabriel, man. I was going to ask about him, man. Because I think he really added something to the team. Yeah, he really added that speed to the team. Man, we had somebody else who was a burner as well, but they didn't have as prominent a role as TG
Robinson.
did. That is Aldrick Robinson. Yeah, man. So how was it, man, Taylor Gabriel? Because I saw a clip the other day where it was breaking out. It said one of the more underrated plays from the Super Bowl. Man, he put a move on one of the DB. He put him in a spin cycle.
Yeah, TG, he had, like you said, that skill set as well. He was a smaller guy in stature, but he can roll. Ran 4.2 guy for sure. And he just had tremendous speed, quickness, agility, good route runner. And he had some great ball skills for being that fast. People underestimate how hard it is to track a ball when you're running as fast as you are. I commended him for having that tremendous skill set.
Yeah, yeah, but he was a burner.
Yeah,
I got to give it up to him. When I was at the Super Bowl, I was in the mall, the Houston Mall, one of them mall, I think the Galleria, and I saw Taylor there, man, and Dude came like to my chin, man. He's short as hell, bro.
He little.
And for him to ball like that
He little.
against all them giants, man, I have to give him some props for that, man.
Hey, he little, he's small but mighty. Yeah, boy made it happen.
Say small but mighty, man. Look, I wanna bring up something that's outside of the Falcons, and then I'm sure we want to dive into like some current stuff, right? But it's something that's personal, something that I think was a really dope story. I'm sure everybody in this room have heard of it before, man. You were on a plane, and you were just being you. You just were, I think you were studying or you were doing whatever you had to do, just going about your business, being you, just on the plane, just, hey, man, doing Sanu. And when you guys landed, I don't know if it was when you landed or before you landed.
It was when I landed.
Yeah, a woman came, handed you a note, and it was a mother, talked about how, like, she just gave you a lot of respect and talked about how it was just so great to see the way you handled yourself, and she had a lot of respect for you, and it's something that she felt like her son, who I think was an athlete as well, could look up to. Like, you know, a lot of times we talk about people on the field when the helmet is on, when the jersey's on, you know, whatever other sport when they playing, but we don't get into the things that happen off the field and off the court and off the diamond. I mean, so just how was that as a person to have someone to come in and give you that information and tell you that they really respect the way you handle yourself?
It was very dope. I always say the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So I'm always the same person wherever I'm at. So I always try to carry myself a certain way, you know, operate a certain way and handle business, whatever I'm doing. So I was preparing for the week. I was actually flying back and forth to probably an event, but I always like watch film on the plane. That's when I get time to actually just focus. Nobody's distracting me, and I don't have a phone ringing or I'm in the air. So I was watching film, preparing for the next week, and you know, going through the flight attendant action was this, and I always choose, you know, the healthy alternative when it comes to that stuff, and not knowing, like, you know, somebody's actually watching me and what I'm doing, but you know, you could see my iPad, you could see I'm watching film, I'm watching the NFL game, so I'm looking at my plays and taking notes, and as I leave off the plane, I had my headphones on, and I just felt a tap on my shoulder, and I looked back, and the lady handed me the note, and I was like, "Oh yeah, thank you." She was like, "Yeah, just read this whenever you have time." I was like, "Okay."
You know what I think? I think she's trying to shoot a shot, man. She leave a number on there?
She was an older lady. She wasn't trying to shoot a shot.
I'm
She
just
was always
talking, man.
But
She
that
may
was
have
funny.
been, though. You know, you never know.
You never know. But no, she was real respectful. So it was a kind gesture. And, you know, I'm walking off and I read it and I was like, oh, that's dope. And by the time I look up, they were gone. So I never really got to introduce myself to them and, you know, actually speak.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see, like, you know, people always watching you, whether you think they are or
The fact that she could recognize you with no helmet, you know, like that's amazing. She was a real fan.
No, it was it was traveling back to Atlanta, so it was definitely a real fan. And shout out to the young woman, young man, whoever they are.
They probably remember that. Yeah, hopefully they're a Waterboyz fan.
Hey, hopefully.
Hey, I like that.
All right, so I know you got to go, man. We got about how much time we got left? We got about 7 more minutes, man. We'll be done. I know you got other appointments. I appreciate you giving us the time, man.
I gave it to y'all. It's been a long time coming. But they gonna cuss me out. But
Well, we appreciate you.
always ringing.
Yeah, well, we appreciate
So
you.
Trey, anything you want to say?
No, man, I just think it's dope, like, your entire journey, family from Sierra Leone, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like, man, like, what does that mean to you? Like, just, you know, where you from, where your parents from, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm grateful. I'm beyond grateful that my mom had the courage to, you know, move to America and, you know, try to find a better, you know, outcome, better life for her kids. Because growing up in Sierra Leone, not a lot of people have access to internet and things like that. But, you know, my family, we were, you know, pretty fortunate. Like, both my grandparents were paramount chiefs, so they're second command into the president. But, you know, my grandfather left my mother a lot of land and all his other kids, and, so did my other grandfather. But my mom saw something different, had a bigger vision, and she felt the need to have her youngest 3 kids in America. So older's 2, younger 4. Yeah, younger's 4. My other 2 brothers were born in Sierra Leone, and then me, myself, and my other sister, my brother were born here. And I was just gracious enough that she had the foresight, because not many people have the access or the ability to take on a journey that I was able to. And I was beyond grateful for that, because you guys wouldn't know Mohamed Sanu if she didn't take the lead. You guys would just be talking to somebody else. Yeah. That's perspective when you look at it.
So last thing I want to ask you is this. The Atlanta Falcons, as of today, they got Kevin Stefanski, and at first with that hire I was upset, but now seeing the staff that he's creating and putting around the team, putting around the quarterbacks, and just where he's going with it, how do you feel, man? Like, I didn't get it at first, him going, playing for Cleveland, having those 2 losing seasons, total like maybe 6 games won in the past 2 seasons. Do you feel like Kevin Stefanski can get us a Super Bowl? That's what I want to know, man. Honestly,
anything is possible. Like,
anything is possible, but
you got to look at his tenure. Like, he was there, and they did make the playoffs when he was there. I mean, he had Baker as his quarterback, and he was able to figure some things out. I feel like people always try to look at people's failures and not understanding the overall picture. Like, you don't understand what was going on behind the scenes in the organization. Like, it's not to blame him. That Brown's been a losing organization before he got there, and they've been since after he's left. So
they still sorry.
They're still sorry. Like, it's not quote unquote all his fault. So you can't point the blame like, oh, he's like, okay, like, let's see you go and try to turn it around. Like, he did what he did with what he had. So I'm interested to see when he goes and he trades his Nissan for, a Mercedes. Like, it's a totally different drive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a good analogy.
So it's all about perspective, and I don't ever, put it past somebody to be able to accomplish something when the cards were quote unquote stacked against them. It's not they didn't have a formula for success up there. Like, it's been proven.
Yeah, I think Matt's kind of creating that formula since he's walked in the door. Something about Matt Ryan that I trust. And when he hired him, that's the only thing I kept saying. All right, we're gonna have to see where Matt going with this, because I don't agree, but I'm kind of hoping that it's gonna turn out the right way.
Hey, I agree. We're all hopeful, and you just have to hope for the best and see where the outcome's gonna come.
We got another super chat, man.
Who chimed in?
Click this, yeah, right there.
I said, so what's the name on that?
It says
men, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. Drop the super chat. Shout out to you. And they wanted to ask Sanu, why didn't you have more QB trick plays?
Oh, because it's not a trick anymore after you.
If you keep doing it.
I mean, after the first 7 times, they're like, hey, whenever he's on the field, be alert.
He may throw it.
Right.
Yeah. So what was your overall, like, how many touchdowns did you throw?
I threw 4.
Dang.
And you like, what, 7 for 8 or something along those lines? 7 for 8? That the right number?
Yeah.
Who dropped the pass?
Who, James?
Who, James?
Yeah, that's what we call Julio.
Julio dropped the pass. Yeah. So, but you hit him in stride. You hit him.
I threw it. I blasted. I ain't see what happened. I was told, like, yeah, who dropped that? I was like, word? Yeah, like, who dropped that? I'm like, ain't no way. I'm like, yeah, you catch that. So I'm like,
you messed up my perfect record, man.
I'm like, I blame you, who, James? He's like, you blame me.
Man, who James? Now that's a nickname. We never heard that one. Who James?
But you know who gave him that nickname? Who? Devin Hester's son.
Devin Hester's son called him who James?
Call him Julio James.
Julio James.
Yeah, mix LeBron James and Julio together.
Oh, wow. That's my mix of LeBron and Julio together.
So it was when we heard that, everybody just started calling him Who James because I'm like, hey, kind of built like LeBron, and
Yeah.
he is
Yeah, freak of nature.
freak of nature.
Yeah, freak of nature.
We got another super chat.
Julio James.
Who James?
All right, man.
You had it. All right, Lisa Shep, 31.
Yep. She said, don't scroll down. Go back up to that, Aaron. I can read it in the blue. Just scroll back up. There you go. She said, what is it like being a modern day athlete and the pressures y'all face? As fans, we only see y'all on game days, but we don't see the daily grind.
Well, put it to you this way. When you, when you're at work, you guys probably always have a set routine and things are aligned and it's just prepared. You probably have everything in order. For us, week to week is something new. So we have to learn a whole new playbook, whole new scheme, whole new defense, whole new terminology sometimes. So it's like, think about going to work and not knowing what's about to happen or what plays you're going to run this week. I've gotten game plans where there's 120, 160 plays and you got to memorize all of them. Yeah. So it's like.
Do you have one of them things to look at it?
I don't need that.
So you just.
You ain't got time to look down. You got to be able to memorize it here.
That's
But
why a lot of
also-
rookies don't get a chance to get on the field, huh?
It's a lot. It's truly a lot. People think that football players are quote unquote dumb. They're probably the most intelligent people walking the planet because you have to be able to diagnose a defense. You got to be able to react in milliseconds, but also do it at an extremely high level, fast and efficient, but also make the play, make a catch, make a tackle within split seconds with 60-odd thousand people screaming. And so it's a lot. But also it's like that preparation week to week, practicing, recovery, eating, sleeping. It's a 24/7 job. That's why it's like being a professional modern day athlete. It's literally you eat, sleep, breathe your profession. That's why, when a lot of players leave or exit it, they don't know what to do because it's tough to adjust. You're always doing something that involves you sharpening your skills or bettering yourself and not worrying about the masses.
Yeah.
You're worrying about just yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like to be you're a selfish person for majority of your life.
While, and then
And
when
then
it's over,
when it's over,
bam.
you're just used to being a selfish person for majority of your life. So you got to readjust that and think about other people.
It's crazy you say that because I never looked at it from that perspective. Like, because once it's over, you're immediately, the athletes are immediately put in a position that now we need you. All the stuff you couldn't do when you were on the field or you were practicing, now we need you to do it. And their head has to be spinning because now you have to worry about a lot more than yourself.
Well, you go from waking up and worrying about what I got to do this to make this better, worry about to do this to make this better, to like waking up and like, all right, now I got to go help this person. Now I got to go do this for this person. Now I got to, this person now. Everybody now has more access to you. And now you got to figure out how to, eliminate it or minimize it or give it.
Yeah.
Well, Trey, man, we kept him long over,
Yeah,
man.
he say his phone been going. We gotta let the man get on about it here, man. We gotta let the man get on about it. The only thing
I'm going to come back on.
it's all good. Like the only thing we gotta get, and it's gonna be offline. I just need to get a couple pictures of you for everything
sign
that
the
goes
wall.
out online.
Yeah,
You sign the
course.
wall, and then we're gonna be done. Hey, look, everybody, we appreciate y'all. Everybody that
Hold on,
tuned in.
man.
What's up?
One more super chat came in, man.
Okay, one more. Somebody else do a super chat.
Go ahead and wrap it up. It say, it's Kevin.
Bean talk, yeah.
Kevin J. He says, Bean talks Sanu. What are your thoughts on Michael Penix Jr.? You've played with great quarterbacks. You think he's our franchise guy? Go ahead and give us a fast answer.
I think he's great. I got to witness, how he throws the ball, great placement. It's just about, like I said, having somebody that's there to develop him mentally and make the game easier for him to slow it down. Tom Brady was told you guys best, like, he was a master thinker. So if we're able to help Michael become a master thinker to go along with what his God-given ability is, that's just only going to help him be able to operate and take control of the offense. But we also got to put him and the other players in better positions to make plays.
To be able to do that. Yeah. Hey, well, you heard it here first. If they get him to where they can help him match the master thinking with the God-given talent, hey, we have us something real special that I think we all hope, man. Hey, once again, my brother, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Appreciate it, man. God, we appreciate it.
Tap you again.
Yeah, man, it's all good, man. Listen, on behalf of the Waterboyz Show, you already know we represent Atlanta because Atlanta represents us. On behalf of myself, Trey, the great Mohamed Sanu, number 12, giving DBs hell. We got my brother B Rich.
Still.
Oh, yeah. He say still, boy. Hey.
Because them jokers be trying me.
They be trying you.
Man, line it up. Man, you know, wherever you at, line it up. Line it up and bop, bop, bop.
Line it up wherever you at. But he hit you with it. We got Aaron, Whoa Pittman, Super Mario, and Doug, man. Yeah, man. The Waterboyz Show. We are out.
Kill the camera.